Well, I suppose you could call Tony Smith's garden quilted velvet a conceptual garden, if only I was completely sure what a conceptual garden was, Cleve.
I don't even know if I know myself, but basically...
Tracy Emin's unmade bed, it's much better than that.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's a lot better than that. But it's an idea, really. It's an idea. It can be a private idea. It can be a political statement. It can be all sorts of different things. But you know, you're working on something that's really visual. It might not necessarily work as a garden itself.
But you see, I feel, Chris, that this would work as a garden if you're a little bit shady. This ground cover of Busy Lizzie's down the bottom. These can be mowed. That planting up there works. There's nothing here that you couldn't actually...
Well, I think, in all honesty, you've just absolutely identified what a conceptual garden is. You are individually able to identify the components, so all of the ingredients are familiar ingredients. It's just that they're blended in a way which is perhaps a little unfamiliar. And so the presentation is such that we look at it and think, well, we kind of understand what you're talking about, but we're not quite sure.
Is it just that it's startling then, Cleve, really? And this is startling. People come and go, oh, and I've just been asking folk in the crowd, do you like it? And they all say, oh, yes. And a lot of them, what you might regard as conservative gardeners. This appeals.
Well, certainly it can just be a visual statement and nothing more, you know, and a lot of it is also open to interpretation. People can put their own spin on it. Even if you've said this is like a journey to somewhere, nice and comfortable, but you've got all this chaos around you. It's what the designer's thinking, but we can all put our own ideas into it as well.
Chris, there's always this dichotomy at Chelsea. The RHS, particularly at Chelsea, should be pushing the boundaries, should be going into the future, should be making us nervous with things that happen. And yet, as you know, you won Best in Show Garden. The television voters, the punters, if you like, tend to go for the traditional. They like a good old cottage garden with a stream and they'll say, yeah, well, it's interesting, but I don't want it.
Well, I think that is it, isn't it? You know, do I want it? Would I be able to live with it? Would I manage to absorb it within my life? And I think that's probably what the most of the public will go for. Most of us as gardeners would go for something we're familiar with, because familiarity is comfortable. But that doesn't belittle the need for concept gardens. And I think at a show like this, there should be those gardens which are looking backwards, and there should be those looking forwards.
Cleve, your gardens, when they are here, are inevitably what's loosely referred to as cutting edge. You do push boundaries. Are you always conscious of doing that? Just trying to surprise, trying to shock, trying to show people something they wouldn't necessarily have seen before or thought of?
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to shock, but I like to do something that hasn't been done before, or explore avenues that are new to me. I don't see the point for myself to actually replicate something or recreate something. I think that's, to my view, it's not interesting. But you know, the show is open to all sorts of different styles, and that's the strength of Chelsea, is that it can actually look back, look forward, look to the present, and all power to it.